I'd like to thank the grace of heaven and the virtue of our masters and the transmitters, predecessors and transmitters, that I have this opportunity to present this class. We sort of like left off a little bit about, several things that we wanted to talk about, but we didn't talk about or we didn't resolve. But essentially, just to recap, it's just that the idea of a person having, there's various different people that have very different stages of cultivation, and so not everyone has like you say, the different degrees of cultivation or faith. Okay, and so therefore you can't really say that one person is more or not more eligible to receive the blessing or whatever. However, we want to try to maintain a degree of sort of like effort that you want to cultivate, and so therefore certain people, certain things. It's not to say that they are not ineligible, but rather the fact that they are people that the time will come at a later time. Okay. However, though, we need to still leave the door open, if you will, to people, to welcome people to receive the blessing. Because the question, in terms of the question of how well they will make an effort, time will tell. Okay, so I tend to say, that if the people are sincere, that's the most important thing. They are sincere, and the people who are willing to at least make the effort to try to change. Okay, doesn't matter what change it is, then you can still have the opportunity to receive the blessing. It's just that you can't guarantee, so to speak, that whether people will make a lot of effort or make less effort to try to change. All right? So I'll just leave it up to that. Okay. All right. So anyway, I will then proceed to number 6. Okay. We'll try to cover this thing very quickly. Okay. Whoever wants to read it, much easier. If you can read it, then I don't have to read it. And so, okay.
Think carefully about this human world. Nothing really matters. All vexations, displeasures, irritations are seen by oneself, have them cleared out, removed, dissolved, and digested slowly. Okay. People have sufferings and vexations. We all have worries and sadness, which must be transformed and dissolved by ourselves. No one else can eat for you. Keep a pure heart, no matter how old you are, no matter at what level you are, no matter what your job is. May you all keep a pure heart and act according to the rules you play. Then treat people with a true and sincere heart. Don't mind how cunning and deceitful people are. That is their business. As long as your heart is all true, you can touch their hearts and transform them. Hopefully, all of you can give and do more for others.
Okay. Well, yeah, the main take is just the fact that you need to make sure that you have a sincerity. Okay, regardless what you do, you maintain that sincerity. It does not, it's not to say that, how deceitful or whatever that people can be. But the point is the fact that whenever you maintain sincerity, you at least can try to transform the people, okay, over time, okay. That's really the main take, all right. So here, let me continue on this one, all right. Go ahead, if you wish. Oh, I don't know, Jean. Okay.
If you wish to attain full enlightenment, perfect universal awareness, you must rely on yourself. If you wish to obtain carefree spiritual body, you must correct and refine yourself. It is only by giving and only by having a just heart can you be free from vexation, displeasures. If everything is done only for the selfishness of oneself, you would just be a whole body of vexation.
Yeah, that just reinforces the fact that if you're willing to, like you said, sacrifice yourself or be willing to give to others, then at least you will be able to at least resolve more karmas or anything like that, and that you will have less vexations, if you will, as they translate it. Vexations, right? Vexations. You have less of them. So okay, and then here you go. Okay, Well, one mind dedication. Dedicated diligence, there's no hard affairs in this world. With 100-fold endurance, there's a grand harmony in this house. Hopefully, you can truly apply this saying into this social behavior and family relationships. As let this society be nurtured with your wholesome energies, and let it be transformed into more auspicious, more promising, more harmonious, and more united society. Time comes and goes. Why not let the vexations come and go? Okay, so yeah, essentially it's just the same thing. Okay, you have any questions? Any comments? Okay.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Going back. What was that carefree spiritual body?
Well, it just means the fact that if you can try, what you can do is, let's say, if you wish to obtain full enlightenment, okay, perfect well, okay, you must rely on yourself. If you wish to obtain a carefree spiritual body, you must correct and refine yourself.
What's that?
Shen for the Shen T. 身体的 T. 身体的 T. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Why you translate Shanti?
Well, no, I guess that's the Chinese one.
Yeah, it's probably. No, it's translated, but Shanti. It just means the fact that you truly are unperturbed.
So you can become one.
Right, you can become one. Body. Right, yeah, right. So, I mean, I don't know, how this translation came about, but yeah. Okay, so, okay, so, right. Okay, all right, yeah, this okay. To generate and develop faith.
To generate and develop faith, you must rely on oneself. To recognize faith and to recognize truth clearly, one must practice truth honestly. If you have contributed naturally, heaven would not treat you unfairly or not lay you down. Do it attentively and naturally, and heaven would twist your fate or bless
you, right.
The hardships and frustrations of the world will pass away sooner or later. Don't let them disturb you. From the start, life has nothing that really matters. Not a thing exists originally. Why should we invite the ducks? I guess that's
Shakespeare, right.
So the more desires you have, the less you seek the things concerning the mind and spirit. Besides, desires themselves are never ceasing and never ending. How would you let your spirit be more active? How would you let your spirit be more occupied?
Okay, yeah. So here's sort of like this is the last phrase of this topic. Okay, and here it talks about the fact that when you are able to sacrifice or do whatever you want. I mean, not do whatever you want. Do whatever that you can to try to help others and all that stuff. It has like I say, a benefit in the sense that you can. There's a phrase that says twist your faith. That's twist your faith. Okay, twist your faith. It just means the fact that it can 拨转 what's called 波转. Okay, transform. I guess you could say opportunities. Okay, so therefore, yeah, when you are able to try to create opportunities to help others, then there's a possibility that your karma, if you will, so to speak, can be transformed. Okay, and so therefore, you will be able to, probably have a molehill made out. What's the phrase? A mountain out of molehill, and vice versa. So therefore, things will become a little bit easier. So when it is true that when you can sacrifice a little bit to whatever in the Tao sense, then you can be able to transform your karma. Okay, all right. Eventually, I'm going to get to a very difficult part. Okay, all right. So, okay. Why modern people think about themselves? All living things are like that. Must you be like that too? Do not do what others cannot do. Then only are you worthy to be called a Holy Spirit or man. Okay. So, and the same thing here is this: calm down and look about how this world is busy for living. In a glance, life vanishes. How sad. We must grasp this life. Don't hinder oneself. Do cultivate very well. So these two lines basically just saying the fact that, if you truly want to, I guess you could say, transform people and all that stuff, all right, then you have to work at it. And also that if you look on this world, I don't know, everybody's so busy making a living and all that stuff, then if you truly, I guess you could say, can appreciate it, then there's a phrase that says, in a glance, life vanishes. So it goes to show that, life is very, unpredictable, okay? And so therefore, you can't make the most of your opportunity. So therefore, you need to do very well or to cultivate very well. Okay. All right. You want to try others? Okay.
Although the sky speaks not, the sun, the moon, and the stars never stop moving. Although the earth talks not, 10,000 living things grow and ripen abundantly. Heaven speaks not, and earth talks not. This is exactly the truth and principle. Why do 10,000 living things grow? Why do the sun and the moon never stop circulating? This shows that a way to truth does exist. Hence you come to be,
to learn Tao.
The Tao.
Right.
To probe into the true meaning of life and to go further into the ultimate or the
outcome of life, right?
If we don't make use of images and words to let you understand. I don't understand.
Yeah, right. It is not easy.
It is very easy to comprehend. The books you are reading now are created by ancient people.
Right.
Then the books that were created and handed down to you by the ancient people are actually telling you
that
a road and a path for the living.
Right.
Every matter must have its truth and principle, and it must have its longitudes and latitudes,
norms,
rule
and norms. Right. Yeah, I mean, the English is kind of a little bit difficult to read because, I admit that, it is translated and all that stuff. Okay, but the important thing is the fact that, even though we don't see the Tao, okay, and we cannot necessarily comprehend it, of course. heaven speaks not and the earth talks not. That's a phrase that says that, okay, things, we cannot talk to or listen to the history of whatever. Okay, so therefore, regardless of what it is, you can still be able to, I guess you could say, gather or learn about this. I guess you could say this meaning that you can have, that you can learn about. Okay, so here it goes. Hence, you come to learn Tao, to probe into the true meaning of life, and to go further into the ultimate outcome of life. If you don't make use of images and words to let you understand, it is not easy to comprehend. So that's the important thing, is the fact that, you need words, you need language to be able to try to understand. And for you to understand, then you can try to get more, get more meaning out of it. Okay, so let's see, the books that the books that are created and handed down to you by the ancient people are actually telling you a road and a path of learning. Every manner must have its truth and principles, and they must have its latitude and longitude. That means that they must have these etiquette, rules, norms, etc. Okay, so gosh, it's very difficult to read this book. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Jill, anybody?
How should we create your life? Life originally exists. Why does it need to be created still? This is because life is limited and that your mission is great and heavy. Thus, you need to create it. The teacher mentioned this before. Create the long-lasting within, the brief, and the temporary. Make surprises within the plain and the ordinary. Do you understand the meaning of creating one's own life? How should you live from now on? How will you complete this mission? You need to calm and fix your mind and grasp your direction in the sea of people. Furthermore, you need to take on your own mission with vigorous action.
Okay. Yeah, there's something called 使命. It's a it's translated into mission. I guess mission. Okay, that's the mission. Okay, so therefore, most people. Well, no, not most people. Some people basically have this they sort of have this mission. Okay, and it is in a way to say that you have to find your own mission in life. Okay, and your mission in life, of course, is to try to either do, some things or some good, okay, so that other people can benefit from it. So therefore, to find your own mission is really to find what is the purpose of the true meaning of life. And that true meaning of life is what? Don't know. To be able to help people and to be able to save people. Okay, so here, go ahead. Anybody else? Come on.
Disciples, you all must put down, let go, fame and gain. However, this is not asking you not to go to work or come to the temple.
Right.
This means that you must stay firm in your position and not to crave or take more than you are supposed to get. Fame and gain are absolutely emptiness.
Right.
Don't stick to them. Look to yourselves. Taking fame and gain so seriously, you have upset all harmony among yourselves. Fighting and contending, not to lose. Just let a dull-headed goose. Just like a goose, right? Okay. Yeah, just to say that.
a dull-headed goose. Dull-headed. Yeah, right. Yeah, the idea is the fact that we're different from
Chinese expression.
Yes, yeah, it's just right. Just an expression, right? Okay, yeah. So the idea is the fact that when we go, I guess you could say the flow of life, okay, is from, I don't know, uphill to downhill, so to speak. Okay, the flow of life. Okay, but yet at the same time, we're trying to do something that's very different, and that something that's very different is to try to go against, well, not against, but rather the against the norms or the standards that we have set. Okay, and so therefore, what we have to do is to try to go back, if you will, or go against the flow of this flow of life. Okay, so therefore, it is important that you try to learn. I mean, we learn to try to, say, okay, yeah, fame and fortune is really pretty empty. Okay, and so I mean, it is emptiness. Okay, because over a span of time, it just vanishes. Okay, so therefore, you need to be able to look more than what is more than fame or fortune. Okay, so here, contending for a name and striving for a heroic look, but what one will become in the end, a lonely soul and wild ghost. So what must we do? We must seek truthful living, actual experiences, and honest practice. Only in this way is real. Don't seek fame and don't seek gain. If you seek fame, you should seek the fame that lasts 10,000 generations. That is everlasting. If you must seek gain, you should calculate the gain of the under heaven. What benefits the world? Okay, yeah. So this just emphasizes the fact that if you need to really seek gain, okay, well, sort of like gain or heroic look, then you should look for something that really is beneficial for everyone. Okay, so that's it. All right. Okay, yeah, this is the important thing. Okay, so 13. Once
becoming famous, one will be bounded by name. For this name, one must even walk in squares, restrained, fearing that the personal images may be destroyed. Hence, people are often stranded by fame and harmed by fame. If you wish to learn Tao, you must first overcome this point. Then only can you correspond to the hub, the axis of the universe, or the will of heaven.
Yeah, the axis of the hub of the universe is basically centered. What is called centered. Okay, so anyway, the point is this: the fact that fame and fortune is really still bounded by something that's the lack of the name or the lack of fame. Okay, so therefore, you in a way, it's like just saying that, okay, if you're a person who's very wealthy, okay, you accumulate a lot of stuff, then what will happen when you begin to lose the
fear.
Right, the fear. It's the fear of loss. Yeah. So therefore, in a sense that fame and he just uses basically bound by name, but fame and fortune really in a way comes at a loss of or fear of losing it. Yeah. So therefore, you will be able to. You will not be able to gain that point. Okay. So therefore, let's see. Yeah, this is the important thing. Okay.
You have to keep up the appearances.
Well, if you keep up your appearances, then
that's what people expect. I mean, it's like, well, you're a famous person, but they look up to you as that type of person, and then so you're kind of stuck in that mold.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Status, same thing. Okay. So Okay, so therefore, here's the important thing. This important one. Okay, so
some people also sacrifice a lot for a worldly business. They sacrifice their merits and virtue. It's Gongde,
right?
Because their occupation has done harm to the six domestic animals, and so they must exchange their guilt with Gongde. People's karma or fates all have their cause and condition. You have sown a cause, you must build up and create more Gongde, the good works, than others and faster than others. Otherwise, the home of your heart and soul will be unable to stay calm and peaceful. Then you are unable to cultivate your mind and spirit. Slowly your mind and spirit will be stained with dirty spots,
right,
impurities. Then the path of your Tao cultivation will become more rough and bumpy.
Yeah, so this really is trying to explain the fact that, he mentions the fact about what, the 6 domestic animals? Okay. Yeah, because their occupation have done harm to the 6 domestic animals. Okay. Yeah. Well, it basically just means horse, ox, whatever. So in other words, the fact that, so, okay, and they, right, the livestock, right. So therefore, they must what? Exchange their guilt for Gongde. Okay, that's a little bit difficult to understand. I admit,
they need to have the merits to overcome the sins or guilt because of what they're doing to those animals.
Okay, I guess you could say, that's a different interpretation of saying.
What they're doing to the animals?
So what they're
These people are involved
in business, right?
Selling dog, chicken, selling, So they that's creating a lot of bad karma.
Well,
in the future.
Causes and conditions, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. That I can. You can interpret that way. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So therefore, if you have sown a cause, then you'll create conditions where it will be difficult for you to try to accumulate, if you will, Gongde. Okay.
This is just for one generation. 3 generations are in the farming business.
Well, the further along that you take it, okay, the more you get debt. Yeah, the more debt you get, or the more debt you accumulate.
And they receive down. That is the case.
What's that?
I think if they raise animals for slaughter or whatever, I don't think they're supposed to. They're supposed to change their.
I mean, ideally, you're supposed to try to change there's 6. Has Buddha or whatever mentioned about the 6 different types of. Is it the 6 or the 6 different types of occupations? Yeah. Slaughtering is one of the.
Now, if you're involved in the slaughter, I mean, you're raising animals to be slaughtered.
That's one of the bad occupations.
Yeah, it's one of the bad occupations.
Eightfold Paths. That's one of the, I think it's number 5th, right? Proper occupation.
Right, proper occupation.
I forgot.
I don't know. I don't remember which one's which. Okay. Yeah. So the idea is the fact that you need to try to
proper life.
Change your karma. Okay, that's the first thing. And then in order to change your karma, then you have to change your occupation. Okay, and then change your occupation, then try you have to try to I don't know, raise animals not to be slaughtered or whatever or something like that. Okay, but the idea is that you need to change your karma. Okay, so let's see, hold on a second. Okay, all right. Anyone in this journey of life, it is unavoidable that there are times of high tides and low tides. Now and then there are happy times. Now and then there are lonely times. Since ancient times, all the saints and worthy people are lonely. Why? Because sometimes what I have done cannot be comprehended by others. Yet it is only for a short while that people do not understand. Later on, they will understand. What matters is that you endure the time when you are lonely. how you how you get over the loneliness and how you comfort your lonely heart and dissolve your loneliness. You fall and you bleed. You must soothe and treat your wound. It is exactly during this time when nobody comforts you and that you do need to strengthen yourselves. Okay, so it's sort of like an understatement of it's lonely at the top. I don't know. Okay, but the fact is that when you try to instruct people or try to change people and all that stuff, you don't understand why people don't understand. Okay, because the fact that what they're trying to do, or what you're trying to do, is trying to transform the people. Okay, so therefore, you basically don't. I mean, they basically don't understand what you're trying to do. Okay, so but here's the point: here's let's see where it says, okay, it is only for a short time that people do not understand. Okay, so therefore, when you try to eventually, countless times to try to transform the people, eventually you get to the point where, you begin to understand why is it that you are trying to do. Okay, to help other people, right? So therefore, it is, the point is that when you get over the loneliness and how you comfort your lonely heart and dissolve your loneliness. So therefore, there's a certain time that you will not be able to you will be able to feel lonely and all that stuff. Yes.
So in other words, you shouldn't give up.
Yeah, right. You shouldn't give up. Right. You shouldn't give up.
Persistence. Confucius is a perfect example.
Yeah.
No one listened to him.
Right.
But now, thousands of years later, everyone, wow, he's so wise. So, you follow his teaching.
Right. Well, basically, it's very much like every other saint or whatever. Okay. There's a principle that's given, and then they don't understand what it is, and then eventually, you figure it out why you be able to listen to it. Okay, so here is a very good example of there's a good example of why is it that you should do, or why is it that you should grasp this opportunity to do what you need to do. Okay, so. Well, yeah. Okay, all right, it's the same thing. Okay. In life,
we often encounter undesirable matters. How would you subdue these undesirable circumstances within the undesirable? Hopefully you don't come to cultivate Tao only because you have encountered real emergencies or
disasters, right?
Because you all have seen through the reality of life
and have realized everything in depth, correct? Okay. Or the teacher has overestimated you. They have been crushed and led by the misbroken hardship of life. Then only can you see through everything and start cultivating Tao. Some are tortured almost to death by sickness. Then only they say, all right, I must cultivate Tao. I need to take the vow to stop eating flesh. Assuming that, too late.
You already know this would happen. Then why did you hurry up with it? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's sort of like self-explanatory.
You see this all the time. People come in, when they have a big problem, they're looking for some
resolution.
Some resolutions,
right?
And then, but they're not really
it's not.
Really understand.
No. Yeah. Right.
The Tao, and if they don't get it, then they give up and they just don't come back, right?
Yeah, or rather the fact that even though if they should be very sincere and maintain it, okay, then of course it's difficult to try to give up certain things. Okay, giving certain things. Okay, so the important thing here is this: the fact that we don't really necessarily know that bad times will come. Okay, and when bad times do come, then what? we begin to say, oh, I should repent, or I should do some good, or whatever like that. But then, in a way, that's sort of like, I don't want to say too late. I don't want to say too late, because he doesn't mention it, that it is too late. But it's the fact that, it is already late, if you will.
Because it's already happened.
It already has happened, right? Yeah.
So it's harder to, at that point, to try to
overcome the karma.
As opposed to prevention.
Right.
Prevention, you want to do it while things are good, then you perform the merits, and then you can prevent that from happening in the first place.
Or at least
mitigate it. Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, so, unfortunately, people don't. I mean, there's situations today.
Yes.
People, they wait until something bad happens, and then they try.
But that's human nature. You can say
that's human nature, right? Yeah. That's why there's a saying.
Wisdom.
Because there's a saying. It's the fact that it says, let's see. Shameful. It's a shameful.
Buddhas are afraid of.
Oh, Buddha's afraid of causes, right?
Causes.
And then
humans are afraid of
consequences, right?
That's humans.
And Gui is.
But why is that? You might ask
right.
why. What's the reason? Because we lack wisdom.
Right, we lack wisdom.
We lack this divine wisdom. In other words, we don't understand. We don't realize that everything. Right. Everything, there's causality. In other words,
right.
Another way of saying that we don't understand, realize, or it's not always in our thoughts. That whatever we do has consequences, right? So sometimes we're just driven by our desires,
right? And we create all these
all that
causes,
stuff, and we don't see the next step, or what's going to happen. We just see that the immediate, just immediate gratification or benefit or whatever, right? We're just concerned so much about that. We don't understand that there could be consequences down the road, which may be even worse. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. It's like having a second thought. It's like saying that, a lot of times, listen, in marketing they use this all the time. Right? Have you heard of buyer's remorse?
Yeah, buyer's remorse.
The technical term is called cognitive dissonance. Oh, that's technical. Cognitive dissonance.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, this is psychology, okay? Yeah. It's like, but marketers do that all the time. Oh, you go to the store, they put at your eye level, the best stuff. Right. Okay, wow. What's that? What does that do? That elicits or
desire
or generates, you can say generates your desire. Say, oh wow, looks so nice, or tastes so good, or whatever. All that stuff, right? Desire, your passion, your emotion. Then you want to get it. Then you get it, and then you later say, oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's not worth it. Second thought. That's called buyer's remorse. I buy a beautiful dress. Ooh, ladies love beautiful shoes. Oh yeah, DSW. Oh, it's on sale. Yeah. Then they get it and they say,
75% off.
Yeah. After a couple days of wear, it's worn out or it's not comfortable. Buyers do remorse, right? Isn't that true?
Yeah.
So we don't see the consequences.
Right. We don't see the consequences. Right.
I mean that's the same thing. Everyday life, right? It's like that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because after all, what Buddha is really talking about. I mean, I'll switch the topic to Buddha. What is he trying to teach about the Four Noble Truths? What is the essence of the Four Noble Truths? Okay, you have cause of what? Suffering, the cessation of suffering, right? There's a way to get out of suffering, okay? And then there's the Four Noble Truths. So the idea is the fact that, you're trying to, teach nothing but, or I don't want to say nothing, but the main emphasis of this teaching is what? Causality.
Yeah, it's all self-caused.
Yeah, it's all self-caused.
So because you create it yourself, you can stop it.
Yeah, so therefore, it's at the very beginning. Yeah, at the very beginning, he talks about the fact that, I don't want to go back to whatever, but at the very beginning, he talks about what? It's all self-caused. It's all self-caused. It does, because because in reality, if you really have no karma at all, whatever, you wouldn't be in this world anyway. But if you have no karma in this world, probably the fact that you wouldn't have any suffering or whatever at all. Okay, so this one's just a part. Okay, let's see, now that there's a popular song called "Run Quickly and Walk Forward," sung in Taiwanese dialect. Okay, I don't know. It is okay. It isn't. Yeah, it isn't. I don't know. It is not to stay unmoved at the same place, old place. Chances must be grasped by oneself. If you hesitate, you will lose the chance. If you have this vigor and drive and all the way forward, and rush all the way forward, you can do more than just becoming Buddha. Okay, yet you don't cultivate Tao just because you are seeking the word Buddha. Okay, you are just fulfilling your basic duties, the basic duty that we have brought with us from heaven and heaven or earth, heaven truth. Okay, it just means the fact that opportunities must be sort of like, okay, opportunities must be taken. Okay, and the fact that you don't want to like do all this cultivation just because of the fact that you want to become a Buddha. The fact that you do all this duty, all this fulfill this basic duty is because of the fact that all of us have this nature that helps us to the heaven of truth. I don't know why they translate to.
I mean, it's from the absolute.
Yeah, the absolute. Okay, all right. So, all right. So let me. Wow, I'm not gonna get over it. Okay. What is the most cared for form of existence? Okay.
No worries.
Okay. No worries and sadness.
Pain, danger, and need. One survives and worry and anxiety. Dies and comfort. In cultivating truth, we cannot take this attitude unless we elevate the sense of awe.
Okay. What time season is already?
You still have no worries and no sadness. And it is not that you have fulfilled your vows or wishes. Only
when your wish is fulfilled
can you have no worries and no sadness. If you have not fulfilled your wishes, you are still in the midst of the ruddy, dusty world.
That's Hongten. That's direct translation.
Right,
Hongten. It means the world, the realm, the earthly realm.
Yeah. How can you be free from worries and worries?
What time
season it is already? Don't continue
having no worries and anxieties anymore. Look at the scenes around you. The teacher has seen it. You can't help trembling with fear.
Okay,
We can't become complacent. In other words, we will think, the world is fine. There's nothing going on. I mean, we know it's unpredictable. I mean, war can happen anytime. We can get ill. All things can happen. So we shouldn't be complacent. Say, it's hunky dory. I don't have to cultivate, right? So we have to cultivate, put in the effort, regardless. I mean, when things are good, when nothing is happening, we need to cultivate. We can't wait. That was the earlier paragraph. If we wait until something happens, it can be too late.
It's like an insurance policy.
Yeah, I mean, it's insurance, really. You can say it's insurance.
Yeah, just be careful, okay? I mean, don't forget, the Holy Teacher is giving us these changes from a cultivator's point of view.
Right, because that is how you should live your life.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Buddha, right, we study Buddha nature in the highest level, you're in a state of nirvana. There's no worries. That's a different, okay? That's a different type. That's what I'm saying. So understand that. It's not in contradiction. This is just a different perspective. Understand? Because, yes, ultimately, if we are still reside, have no thoughts, right? Let go of all thoughts, and karma and affinities. Yeah, then our mind is worry-free. It's true. That is absolutely true. Okay, but to get to that stage, right? That's the ultimate stage, right? State of nirvana, you can say that. We still have to go through this. Make sense? We still have to be very careful, very cognizant, aware, awakened of whatever we do. That there is still, that we still live in a physical realm, right? In a body, right? And so we have to be cautious. That's another way of saying, okay, we still have to be cautious or mindful. Maybe that's another. Be mindful of our actions, our thoughts, etc., right? Okay, that's another way of saying, from that perspective. Make sense?
Yeah, another perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
What do you mean when you say it may be too late?
Well, I mean, okay, well, here you're saying, like, see what season it is.
Yeah,
Right.
We're in
Talking
the
about-
fall, the harvest
Harvest
fall
season?
The white era. The white era is the last era for propagation. Oh, it's the universal propagation of the Tao. So if we miss that chance, I mean, we don't know how long the opportunity exists. That window of opportunity will close anytime. We don't know. And to be able to cultivate, right, we should, while we have this chance, before, if World War III starts, it's going to be very hard, difficult to cultivate. Okay, let alone, you know, we're going to survive. We have to survive, and it's hard to cultivate. So, you know, of course,
We should seize this opportunity when
Buddhists
we
can see what's going to happen next.
Right.
We can't. But so they're already warning us that they, you know, don't say, hey, things are fine. It's going to be like this for the rest of my life. No, I mean, we can't think that way.
Yeah, it's
Seize the
basically don't be
opportunity.
complacent.
Yeah.
Right.
And because the period to receive the Tao or the blessing and to practice the Tao has its limitation, has its limits. You know, the window of opportunity. You know, we can't say, oh, you know what, it's okay. You know, if I don't cultivate this life, I'll wait till the next life. Well. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Or just next year.
or next year. Yeah. I mean, okay, if you want to look long, you know, short term or
Short-term,
whatever, you know, short term, long term, mid term, whatever. The point is basically we're in this white or entering this white era where the propagation or the opportunity to receive the Tao and to cultivate Tao is very short. Understand? So we should seize this opportunity while we can, when we have this affinity to receive the Tao and practice, do as much as we can. Don't say mañana. Don't say tomorrow, because, well, first of all, you may not wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
So,
You may wake
so that's basically what it means. It's
Right. Yeah, you need to seize the moment.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because the mandate has been around, you know, for time immemorial. But some from 1930. That's the 1930. That's the time where the mandate has been given. 18th Patriarch.
Yeah, 18th Patriarch, Matriarch,
Right.
mandate,
1930. Yeah. So from
roughly
1930
100
to
years.
about 2030, right?
Well,
Yeah, it's about
you say
2030.
exactly 100
Wow,
years.
my gosh. Yeah, it's about, because there's a saying in like the Tao community, and they say that 100 years prior, you know, there will be continuing of the mandate. 100 years later, there will be still the continue of the mandate, but it's hidden. It's hidden.
The white era starts from the 17th Patriarch.
Roughly. Roughly.
Well,
there's
actually,
overlap.
6 years because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be, you know, after 6 years, the patriarch.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then that would only
Live.
be like about 20 years earlier.
Yeah, right.
Roughly.
No, less than 20 years. Less than 20 years.
Less,
Less than 20 years.
1920.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 1920.
Yeah, but that's
25.
that's not when he received the mandate, though. Is it 19?
Oh no! He received the mandate before, before.
1905.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
overlap. Don't forget, you know, there's always like, you know, overlap, transition period. So it's not exact. You know,
Yeah, it's not
exact.
exact,
Say,
right.
oh, it's such and such a year. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's always a little bit overlap, but give or take, roughly 100 years is a
Yeah,
general
roughly,
rule.
right?
3 generations, roughly 3 generations. Okay,
Yeah.
after so.
Yeah, because after all, you know, the time. I don't want to say the time to
You
cultivate.
can see it now.
Yeah,
Because
you
right
can
now,
see it.
all our predecessors are gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which branch.
Right.
Okay, we're talking about our grand predecessors.
Grand Prince is right.
But, you know, the great sage.
1995, right.
Not great sage. He's the holy emperor of what? White water.
White water.
Pure water. And
Pure
whatever.
water.
Still water. Okay. Anyway, so even his, you can say his cold.
Time.
You know, his brother, you know, his other, they all passed away, you know, the other branches. Okay?
Right.
So eventually, this mandate is going to dissipate. You understand? Not the mandate to spread it out, or to spread it out to general, to give the three treasures. Okay, let's put it that way, right? It's going to eventually dissipate. Very much like Christianity too. If you study history, right? Jesus gave it to what? Supposedly Peter, right? Peter possibly transferred it to Paul. But then after Paul, we don't know. And we definitely know by the time of Emperor Constantine, that's not the case.
Yeah,
because
that's not
what
the
did he
case.
say? He said, hey, you church leaders, elect a leader among yourselves.
Right.
But that's no longer the mandate. Or mandate of heaven. That's what I meant by mandate of heaven. That's a human mandate. Yeah, because the emperor say, hey, you guys can go and elect a leader. Right? So that's no longer heaven's mandate. That's human mandate, right? So we definitely know the mandate of heaven from Christianity.
We need drawing supplies. We need
After
drawing
Paul.
supplies.
All right.
Thanks for sorry for interruption.
Okay.
Yeah. So therefore, right now that we really can't tell. We really can't tell when the mandate will be taken away. Okay. But if you just look at the last couple of years, okay, how things have changed. Right now we don't have Dharma classes that have Buddhas, right? We already don't have that.
Other groups still have.
Well, no, that's true. Other groups, yeah, because other groups are, it's different. Okay, I can't say, I can't say, right, I can't say that. But our affinity already right now is beginning to in a way dissipate. Okay, so therefore, right now we don't have the opportunity to be able to have the Buddhas in the Dharma classes right now. Okay, so we have already lost that. So over time, it's gonna eventually get lesser,
no longer,
lesser.
no longer happen.
Well, right now there's a sort of like a saying that they said when the Tao began to dissipate, the Tao began to dissipate, the meaning become, or I don't know how to translate it, but the sort of the truth sort of like is hidden. It becomes more hidden. Okay. So anyway, but I'd like to thank the grace of heaven and the virtue of our masters to be able to present this class, and that if there's anything wrong that I've said, that I hope that I can beg forgiveness. Thank you very much.